So I need to take a shower, but some important things have been coming through this morning. And I look very mysterious and spooky right now. I'm just cold. The whole experience I just had with channeling feminine energy has led to a profound understanding of how it is that we are meant to ask. That there is never meant to be an exchange. That is not how this works. It is not meant to be an asking of another and receiving and then reciprocation. It's not that. It is not that. We are not meant to ask of any other. And we are not meant to receive from any other. We are meant to ask through the self. That's it. And that is the meaning of Jesus saying, I am the way. None shall come to the Father except through me. What he was saying, he was not talking about Jesus. He was not talking about the person, the figure, the appearance. He was talking about your personal experience of self. I am, the I am as it lives within you. And by talking about the Father, first of all, saying you can't have contact with your divine self, with your highest self, anywhere except through you, through your own personal recognition of it as yourself, existing and dwelling and being you. And secondly, you cannot access the power of that unless you are accessing it through yourself. You are asking of yourself. You are asking of your highest self, recognizing your intimate connection with the universe, with all that is, father, mother, whatever you want to call it, the higher, the parental, the caretaker portion of yourself, the eye in the sky, your inner being, your higher self, your total self. It doesn't matter what you call it. That is how we are meant to ask, and that is how we are meant to receive. So when you want anything, because your desire is right, your desire is deserving, but whatever it is you want, if it is appreciation, recognition, love, money, a house, a car, an experience, whatever it is that you desire, don't seek it. You don't go look for it. You don't go ask for it. You don't go to other people and say, I want this, give me this. How do I acquire this? You don't do anything outside of yourself. You go within, you access, utilize your connection to your highest self, to the universe, which is orchestrating the divine plan, which is for the highest good of all, which means your highest good, which means your highest joy. It's all about balancing energy, and balancing energy feels good. Okay, so whatever it is that you want, that you are asking for, you don't ask out there. You ask in here. You hold it up to the universe, to yourself, to the Father, whatever it is you want to call it. It does not matter. And you acknowledge by feeling within yourself this desire, your worthiness to receive it, knowing that, and knowing that it is already done. It has already happened. By your asking, it is given. In fact, the reason you want it is because it's already been given to you. That's why you want it. Because yourself, in greater dimensionality, in greater reality, where everything exists simultaneously, is already experiencing this thing. Because it's already happened, now you are receiving this desire. And that desire is the indication for you to look up and say, oh yeah, I would like that. That does sound good. I would like that. Please allow me to receive that. And you, by asking purely in this way, you're opening up the universe to direct that to you through whatever the passageway of least resistance is. And that means the passageway that is for the highest good. That means the passageway that benefits as many other energies around you that balances the most energy in the process. So you're not asking for something from anybody else. You are asking of yourself. Saying, self, I know I am infinite. Everything is infinite. Everything is free. Everything is eternal. There's no limit to resources, to time, to any of it. And I know that this is mine. This has my name written all over it. This doesn't belong to anybody else. This is mine. And so I am asking to receive what is mine. It is not taking. It is not stealing. It is, in fact, something that is created by me. It is my own energy, and I am asking to receive it through the passageway that is the most beautiful and beneficial. That is the divine plan. That's how this works. And then you let it go, and you accept. This comes to me. This comes to me through something, someone, somewhere. It reaches me. And here is the beautiful part, the really beautiful part. It will flow through as an inspired action from someone else. Quite often that is the case. Perhaps, depending on what it is that you are asking, it appears in some more spontaneous way. But most often now you are asking yourself to find the self that not only is this flow most compatible with, but benefits them and becomes an inspired action for them. And so then, when that inspiration takes place, arises, it's a good feeling impulse in some way. You have asked for abundance. You have asked for financial abundance, let's say, specifically. And you know you're worthy of it. You know it's yours. You know there's no limit to money. You know it's free. You know you deserve it. Money is free. Everything is free. Let me restate that. You know all these things. You open it up to the universe. You say, I'm open to whatever passageway it comes to me. And if there is an aligned action to take, I will be listening. I will be ready. I will receive that impulse and I will take that action. But I ask, I put it out there, and then I continue being. I just continue existing in this state of reception and surrender. Now, an impulse comes to someone else. Someone else, someone you don't know, receives a feeling, a good feeling, a feeling of, gosh, I have such financial abundance, and what would really satisfy me is to just share some of it, is to just flow it somewhere. And it takes all kinds of meandering, amazing pathways. But let's just say, for the sake of simplicity, you're someone who works at a restaurant. You're a waitress or something. So you've put out this request. You have asked through yourself. You have no expectations other than this happens. It has already happened. That's why I've received the desire, because it's done. And I know it's done. And now I go on and I feel grateful for knowing that it's already done. And that it's going to come to me in some beautiful, incredible, synchronistic way that is just going to make me smile and laugh and dance. And I'm already thriving in the receiving of this. I'm so grateful and wow, how amazing it is. I can feel how amazing this experience of reception is. And you're in that place and you're going about your day. And unbeknownst to you, there is someone who just starts following good feelings. Someone you've never met before. And what feels good to them that day? They have an inspired thought. They think, gosh, I would like to have some breakfast at a diner. I don't do that enough for myself. I'm going to do that for myself. I'm going to do that to please myself. And they scroll through the list and they pick one and go, that's the one. That one feels good to me. I'm going to go there. And they're following a good feeling. And they sit down in the diner and they're basking in their own appreciation of themselves, of their own energy, and thinking, I'm going to treat myself. I am enjoying this. What a delicious breakfast I'm going to have. And they order. And of course, the connection hasn't been made yet consciously, but they're in your diner and you are the waitress. But at the surface, nothing seems out of order, nothing seems unusual. about any of this. Maybe you get a particularly good feeling. Maybe when this person walks in, you can feel the positivity radiating from them. You can see that they're smiling and you just feel good, but nothing else. No other awareness. And so it is now just this mutual connection. You're shining at one another. And they finish the meal, and in their own self, again, they're just following good feeling impulses. And they feel an impulse. They feel, gosh, I want to tip this waitress. I want to tip this waitress $100. Maybe more. What number feels good to me? And it's not for the waitress or waiter. It's not for them. It's for me. It's because this feels good to me. This feels satisfying to me. And it has nothing to do with, being a good person. And I'm not going to take a picture of this and post it on Instagram. I'm not even going to tell anybody about it. I'm not going to feel better than or holier than. This feels good. I want to do this for myself. It is selfish. It is wholly selfish. And so they leave that tip. They don't even say anything. They don't point it out. They eat the meal, pretty quiet. You have very limited interaction with them. It's all positive. It's all just what it is. Normal. Surface level, even. And then this person, following this inspiration, leaves the tip, the generous tip. They feel that they have done something for themselves. They didn't do it for you. They're not thinking, I'm being so generous and I'm going to give this person a gift and they're going to be so happy with it. It's none of that. It's none of that whatsoever. It's just, I want to do this. I want to do this. This is all for me. I feel good. They leave the tip. They leave the restaurant. They say nothing. You come back to the table. They're gone. You collect the check and you see, there it is. There's your abundance. And you didn't know up until the moment that it arrived what was even happening. And now it's all clicking together. And you're so grateful. And you don't feel like you owe anything. You know you don't owe anything. This was an inspired action. This was a selfish, self-satisfying action. This person in their giving was receiving. That's how it works. And when you feel that type of inspired giving, you are giving for yourself. You are giving for your own satisfaction. There is not the thought of, I'm doing something for this person. No, not whatsoever. In fact, you feel very clearly the opposite. You feel, this is not for you. I am not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me because it feels good to me. I want to feel good. I felt an impulse, an inkling that this action would feel good to me. And so I took this action in order to feel good. It has nothing to do with you. You're benefiting from it is happenstance. Totally irrelevant to my satisfaction. I am doing this for me. And so I don't credit you with my good feeling, and you don't owe me anything, because there was no exchange here. There was no exchange. I gave, and in my giving, which was inspired and by my own selfish desire, I received. And I received from myself. That's it. Complete. Within myself. Nothing is expected. Nothing is asked. I don't want anything. Don't give me anything. I don't want it. I gave, I received, it's complete. And the same thing on the other side. When we ask in this way and we receive in this way, we recognize, we know, we feel, here's my abundance, and it has flowed to me through this path, and I know this person wasn't doing this for me. They did it for themselves. And so I can feel there's nothing owed here. Again, I don't credit you with anything. This was my abundance, and by my asking, it was delivered as it must be, as it is right to be, and I receive freely. It is free. There is no exchange. Again, I don't credit you with this. And because I'm not crediting you, I don't owe anything. I receive it freely. I know I am worthy. I have asked, it is given, I receive. All by myself, I have asked of myself, I have given to, and of myself, I have received from myself. That's it. Once again, it's totally complete. I don't feel any desire or I don't need to give you anything. I appreciate that you were the path for what I asked to flow to me, but I'm the one that asked, and it is granted to me. It belonged to me, and you were the path of least resistance, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful to receive, but I don't owe you anything. And so both parties, you see, did it for themselves, gave freely, received freely. There is no exchange. There's no crediting. There's no owing. I did this for myself. You did this for yourself. We are each honoring the self in the giving and receiving. That's it. That's how it works. That is how resources, the infinite resources which there are intended to flow. That is how energy is intended to flow. That is how we are intended to ask and to give and to receive. It is not an exchange. It's entirely complete within the self, within one's own energetic system. And it's all done for the selfish pleasure of it. Knowing that we're meant to feel good. Sometimes feeling good comes in the form of an impulse to take action. Sometimes that feeling good appears like it's an outward flowing movement. We're just letting energy flow through us. And that feels good. Again, I'm doing it for me, not for you. Sometimes that good feeling is through receiving. And I am receiving freely because I am deserving. I am radically worthy. I receive because I asked. That's it. Not because I had to prove anything or do anything. It was given to me as it is right to be. And again, I'm grateful for the pathway that it took, whatever that pathway was, especially because I know it was a satisfying pathway. It was satisfying for all parties. Everyone walks away self-satisfied. Everybody wins. There is no taking. There is no exchange. It's all taken care. It's all just the balancing of energy. It's satisfied in itself. This is the way it's meant to be. This is how we access our infinite resources. And this is how we feel good. All of the time. No asking from others, no taking from others, no giving to others. Whatever you give for yourself. And in the giving you receive. There's no expectations. There's nothing attached. It's free, it's pure. Can you feel how this is a pure exchange of energy that is already inherently balanced and mutual? It's reciprocal in that the asking was free and clear, and the giving was free and clear, and both of them done selfishly. The asking was selfish, the giving was selfish. That's how it's meant to be. That is how it's meant to be. I'm looking over my note because I've been writing about this. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say, but yeah, in giving for my own selfish satisfaction, I receive from me, from myself. It's already fulfilled. It's already reciprocated. By the time it reaches you, it's done. I don't want anything from you. There's no expectation. There's not even a desire there. You happen to be the pathway for my satisfaction. Your ask of yourself has found in me a path of least resistance because it was naturally inspired in me and pleases me. You happen to receive from my self-pleasure. That's what it is, but it's not the source, nor does it remotely affect my satisfaction. So it is when I receive. I'm not asking of any other, but self, source, and accepting freely the path through which this, which is mine, flows. As it flows through other, what appears to be other, I accept this as freely given for their own selfish satisfaction. It's not for me, but their own self and pleasure. So it's given freely and accepted freely as purely deserved and paid in full. Nothing required, nothing expected, a free exchange of self-pleasure where nothing is depleted but all is increased. I do not credit other, so I do not owe anyone anything. It is by myself, by my asking of self and receiving from self, this has taken place. So too in the giving, no other is even involved. Myself wants to feel good, found a pathway to flow which felt good, and I followed it to feel good. All by myself and for myself. Just a summarization of everything else. That's it. I'm going to go take a shower now. Do it for you. Whatever the fuck it is. Do nothing for anyone but yourself. Yes, masculine energy, the ego, the mind, calls this selfish, calls this many things, dangerous especially. Do it anyway. Accept that. Accept the mantle of selfishness. Wear it with pride. Be wholly selfish. May we all be so self-contained and sovereign and honored. That is where our power is. That's where we're meant to access it. That's where we're meant to live, to reside in this kingdom of the God, which is yourself. That's it. Have a beautifully selfish day. I love you.